Hello, friends. I extend a warm welcome to each one of you as we delve into an intriguing new topic. I hope you all are ready to get engaged in this. Let's embark on this journey of exploration together and see where it takes us. Thank you for joining. So, today's topic Apocalypse Now by Narayani Ganesh. Apocalypse means the total destruction, the end of the world. So we are gripped by annihilation anxiety as we experience the signs of an impending mass extinction. Annihilation, which means complete destruction. So the sentence means that people are feeling anxious and fearful about the possibility of a mass extinction because they are observing signs that indicate it might happen in the future. Why want you have children? Asked the auntie of her 40-year-old niece. The exasperated niece tried to explain patiently. Exasperated, which means frustrated, annoyed, irritated. Auntie, we are facing the sixth mass extinction with water shortage, global warming, rising oceans, pollution, toxic vegetables, and species going extinct. Why would I bring new life into the wretched world? Wretched, which means unhappy, distressing, miserable, deplorable. So her head is filled with disaster scenarios, ruminated auntie, who had grown up in a joint family, listening to many stories, including those of the birth and death cycle, not just of individuals, communities, and kingdoms, but also of planets, stars, and the universe. Sixth extinction. Balderdash, exclaimed auntie. Don't you know we have been through infinite cycle of creation and dissolution that happens all levels across yugas, kalpas, and pralayas. So, balderdash is an exclamation used to express disbelief and dismissing something as nonsense. So, in the context, ruminated auntie means that the aunt was deep in thought, pondering and reflecting on the matter. She was considering the information and stories she had heard while growing up in joint family, including those related to the birth and death cycle of various entities such as individuals, communities, kingdoms, planets, stars, and the universe. So the phrase sixth extinction, balderdash, indicates that the aunt does not believe in the concept of sixth mass extinction. She dismisses it as nonsense, suggests that she thinks it is not true and not worth considering. This refers to the reference to infinite cycle of creation and dissolution that happens all the levels across yugas, kalpas, and pralayas implies that that the aunt believes in this cyclical, which means that occurs in cycle, cyclical nature of existence, where creation and destruction occurs repeatedly in various cycles, both on a small scale and on a grander scale. Small scale means individual and communities. On a grander scale, which means planets, stars, and universe. So, according to Tamanna Begum, writing for the UK's Natural History Museum, extinction is a part of life. Nearly 98% of all organisms that have ever existed on our planet are now extinct. When a species goes extinct, it rolls in the ecosystem, is usually filled by new species or other existing ones. Earth's normal extinction rate is thought to be between zero point 0.1 and 1 species per 10,000 species per 100 years. So this is known as background rate of extinction. Mass extinction is when species vanish much faster then they are replaced. So there are about 10,000 different type of animals and plants living on Earth. Under normal condition, between 1 and 10 of these species might disappear every 100 years. This happens naturally as some species may not be able to adapt to changes in their environment or face competition from other species. So it is a part of the natural process of life on Earth. However, when the extinction rate becomes much higher than this, it is a cause of concern and indicates that something is not right in the environment or ecosystem. So this is defined as about 75% of the world's species being lost in a short period of geological time in less than 2.8 million years. Five such mass extinctions are believed to have happened already in the recent past in geological timelines, and now we are faced with the sixth. So the only thing that sets apart an impending sixth mass extinction from the preceding ones is that it is being accelerated by untrammeled human exploitative activity. Untrammeled, not limiting by rules or controlling influences, means they are free. So Bernard Shaw said, "I have never thought much of the courage of a lion tamer who tames the animal. Inside the cage, he is at least safe from other men. There is not much harm in a lion. He has no ideals, no religion, no politics, no chivalry, no gentility, in short, no reason for destroying anything that he does not want to eat. It seems humans are their own worst nemesis." So chivalry means kind behavior and very polite. Nemesis, which means rival, opponent. So humans are their own worst nemesis, their worst opponent and rivals. So several youngsters today worry that solutions to mass extinction issues are not in their cycle of influence. The circle of concern is much larger, but the work of influencers like Sweden's Greta Thunberg and broadcast David Attenborough, primatologist Jane Goodall, a person who studies primates, intelligent mammals including apes, monkeys, and forest creator Jadhav Payeng, anti-pollution crusader Sunita Narayan, and others has the world's attention, representing those who are as concerned but are limited as influencers, as willful destructors. If human being could become extinct first, that would liberate flora, fauna, and the planet from all these problems. We need to think in terms of human cycles of time, and so our canvas is small and self-centered. To expand the mind, we need to grasp the idea of geological and cosmic timescales. So, in simple terms, many young people today are worried about the mass extinction of species, but they feel that finding solution is beyond their control. They care about many global issues, but they can only influence a limited area. However, there are influential people like Greta Thunberg, David Attenborough, Jane Goodall, and Jadhav Payeng and Sunita Narayan, who are raising awareness about these problems on a global scale. The writer suggests that if humans, who are causing many of these issues, were to become extinct first, it would free the rest of the planet from these problems. We often think in terms of short human lifespans, but to truly understand the magnitude of these issues, we need to consider geological and cosmic timescales, which are much larger. This broader perspective can help us realize the importance of taking care of our planet and all its living beings for the long term. Grasping the idea of geological and cosmic timescales means understanding that the history of a planet and universe spans millions and even billions of years. Spans means include a period of time which is million and even billions of years. It's about recognizing that the changes and events we see today are just a tiny fraction of larger picture. For example, geological timescales refers to the immense period of time in Earth's history, including the formation of mountains, continents, and the evolution of life. These processes took millions of years to unfold. Cosmic timescales, on the other hand, deal with the age and evolution of the universe itself. It includes events like birth and death of stars, the formation of galaxies, and the expansion of the universe, which have taken billions of years. By grasping these time scales, we can gain a broader perspective on our place in the cosmos and long term consequences of our actions. It reminds us that the problem we face today, such as mass extinction and environmental degradation, have implications that stretch far beyond our lifetimes. Understanding this can help us make more informed and responsible decisions for the well-being of our planet and all living beings in the long run. So we move further. Sages say that Shiva is not really the destroyer. He is redeemer in the infinite cycle of construction and destruction. His body is the universe, an inseparable part of the indestructible eternal. When the universe dissolves, everything gets redeemed in due course. Nothing ever goes away. It all comes back, and perhaps in different ways, if not now, then later. Redeemer, which means Shiva is a savior or a deliverer in the endless process of creation and destruction. A redeemer helps or rescues people who are facing challenges or harmful circumstances. They provide assistance or protection to those in need, helping them overcome difficulties or escape from danger. So everything gets redeemed means everything gets restored. So the passage is expressing the concept that Lord Shiva in Hindu mythology is not just the destroyer but also the redeemer in the continuous cycle of creation and destruction. His body is considered to be the universe itself, an integral part of the eternal and indestructible reality. When the universe dissolves or comes to an end, everything that exists is eventually redeemed or reborn in some form or another. Either in the present or in the future, the idea is that nothing truly disappears, but rather undergoes transformation and renewal in the vast and eternal cycle of existence. So while we are in temporal world, temporal relates to physical one rather than spiritual one. So we are in a temporal world. It's good to become aware of the eternal nature of existence Western ideas were rooted in human mortality and time scales, and now in the mortality of planet Earth. But Indic wisdom reveals that the larger canvas of immortality, where time cycles are not limited to days, months, years, or centuries, but in yugas, kalpas, and that sweep across hugels of millennia. So, in the context, Indic wisdom refers to the ancient wisdom and teaching that originates from the Indian subcontinent, particularly from the Vedic and other philosophical tradition. Temporal, which means concerning like physical thing rather than spiritual or eternal aspects. In the context of the passage, refers to the material world and its limited perception of time and existence. Time scales refers to the measurement of time over specific periods such as days, months, years, centuries. It indicates how time is divided and measured in different intervals. So the passage suggests that Western ideas and perspectives are often rooted in the mortal and infinite aspects of human existence and the physical world. However, Indic wisdom offers a broader perspective, emphasizes the eternal nature of existence beyond the limited time scales commonly recognized in the material world. The concept of yugas and kalpas in Indic wisdom represents much larger and more expansive cycle of time, which spans across immense duration, reaching far beyond the temporal understanding of days, months, and years. The wisdom invites people to see the world and existence from a more profound and timeless perspective. Western ideas and perspective are often rooted in the mortal or finite aspects of human existence and the physical world, which means Western thoughts and philosophy. There is a strong focus on the temporary and limited aspects of human life and physical world. Western ideas tend to emphasize that material and tangible and finite aspect of existence, giving less attention to the eternal and spiritual dimension. The emphasis is on the here and now, the observable and measurable aspects of life, rather than on concepts of immortality or broader cosmic cycle. So, the term mortal aspects refers to the part of human existence or nature that is subject to death and mortality. It relates to the fact that all living beings, including humans, have limited lifespan and are bound by the cycle of birth, growth, decay, and death. In this context, mortal aspects highlights the transient and impermanent nature of human life, emphasizing that it has a definite beginning and end. So, rooted in, which means a strong foundation. So, we move further. In Hindu cosmology, Yuga cycles are four: Satyug, Treta, Dwapar, and Kalyug. And 1000 Yuga cycle are contained in Kalpa, one day of Brahma, and lasting approximately 4.32 billion human years, as does one night of Brahma. 4.32 billion human years, as does one night of Brahma. A kalpa culminates in pralaya, deluge, and the cycle continues. There is Mahakalpa followed by Mahapralaya. The cosmic cycle completes trillion of years before rebooting to another set of cycle in an infinite play of creation and extinction. 6 trillionth plus or otherwise ad infinitum. So in Hindu cosmology, infinitum, which means endless, without ending. So, in Hindu cosmology, yuga cycles are periods of time that are divided into four ages: uh, Satyug, Treta, Dwapar, and Kalyug. So, 1000 yuga cycle make up a kalpa, which is equivalent to 1 day of Brahma, lasting about 4.32 billion human years. Similarly, one night of Brahma also lasts for the same duration. At the end of Kalpa, there is pralaya and a deluge or dissolution, and then the cycle begins again with a new Mahakalpa followed by Mahapralaya. So, this cosmic cycle of creation and extinction continues for a trillion of years before starting anew. In an infinite play of creation and extinction, repeating ad infinitum, the concept of yuga and kalpa in Hindu cosmology emphasizes the cyclical nature of time and existence, where everything follows a pattern of creation, preservation, and destruction, leading to a continuous cycle of renewal. So, rebooting, which means the process of dissolution, pralay, where the universe undergoes a period of destruction and dissolution. During this time, everything in the universe is dissolved back into its primal state. It is a cyclical process that occurs at the end of each kalpa, day of Brahma, and after the dissolution, a new cycle of creation begins again. So the cosmic cycle completes trillion of years before rebooting to another set of cycle in an infinite play of creation and extinction, a sixth trillionth plus or otherwise ad infinitum. So the sentence describes the vastness and infinite nature of the cosmic cycle in Hindu cosmology. It states the cosmic cycle, which includes the yuga cycle and kalpa cycle, spans trillions of years before starting again with a new set of cycles. The process of creation and extinction repeats in an infinite manner, going beyond the sixth or even trillionth cycle. Ad infinitum meaning it continues indefinitely. In simple terms, the sentence highlights that the cycle of creation and destruction in Hindu cosmology are of an incredibly long duration, spanning trillion of years, and they repeat endlessly in an infinite loop. It emphasizes the concept of eternal recurrence and the never ending nature of the cosmos. So, thank you for taking the time to listen. I hope this topic has sparked your curiosity and encouraged you to contemplate the profound idea it presents. May it inspires you to delve deeper into the mysteries of existence and the vastness of the cosmos. Thank you so much.